Good evening, everyone. How are you feeling on this bright Sunday in a Bright Hearts meeting? Nice. I am Priyansh Tripathi and I'll be the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the 45th meeting of Bright Hearts Toastmaster Club. Before starting, I'll tell you about Toastmasters. Toastmaster International is a non-profit organization which helps you build public speaking and leadership skill through a worldwide network of clubs. Members deliver speeches, practice impromptu speaking, and receive feedback in a supportive environment. With clubs spread over 150 plus countries and having about 270,000 members. In our meeting, we have few of the ground rules which we follow. Please turn off your mobile phone or keep them in silent mode. I'll give you 20 seconds to do that. Once done, please give me a thumbs up. Is everyone done? Good. As Toastmaster, we are advised to talk about sex, religion, and politics in a mindful manner because these are very sensitive topics. Please do not cross talk while the speaker is speaking on stage. Please move in the hall or enter or exit the hall only during the applause. Speakers who are coming to or leaving the stage are requested to follow a handshake or a fist bump protocol. For members attending online, please keep your video on and also stay on mute until and unless you are asked to speak. Also, before coming on stage, just clip this mic. It's very easy, just a clipper. Clip it like this. Refreshments will be available during the time of break. Restrooms are available. Go straight, exit the room, go straight, take right, walk down the alley. You will find the restrooms. Now, it's time to introduce the true Toastmaster champion. She is a winner of International Speech Contest, Table Topic Contest, and District Runner-Up, Evaluation Contest Runner-Up in District 92. She is a club coach, club mentor, and continues to guide and inspire fellow Toastmasters with her unwavering dedication. She is also the conference co-chair for Crescendo 2026 and the proud president of Bright Hearts Toastmaster Club. Beyond the title, she is someone who is always calm, ever smiling. A sports enthusiast, a motivator, and a co-founder of Bright Hearts Toastmaster Club. She has won not just the contest, but every Bright Hearts heart. Please join me in welcoming DTM Arundhati Basu.
Thank you very much. I just realized the cheering squad is on the left side of the room. And thank you very much, Toastmaster Priyansh, for that kind introduction. Good evening, fellow Bright Hearts and dear guests. Because we didn't have our meeting last Sunday, I feel like I have come to this meeting after a vacation. When I was coming to Bright Hearts today, I felt like, did I not go for the club meeting for a while? And then I reminded myself that with the country's independence, we got a long vacation. But today, here we are to celebrate something very profound, the act of kindness. Before we get into the theme, for the benefit of especially our guests in the room and all fellow members, Bright Hearts Toastmasters Club was chartered on 1st September 2024, almost about to complete a 1-year mark. Right, so our listener was listening from outside. Hello, Pranav. Right, so on that note, last program year, which is from July 2024 to June 2025, Bright Hearts in a span of 9 months achieved 9 distinguished club program points and received the highest award bestowed on a club by Toastmasters International, the status of a President's Distinguished Club. And keeping up the same momentum, I'm extremely proud to announce that within 2 months, or not even 2 months, of the current program year, which started on 1st of July 2025, we have already achieved 5 out of 10 DCP points this year. Like we all know, this year Toastmasters has introduced a new status, that of a Smedley Distinguished Club, and I think we are on track to hit that milestone as this program year unfolds. Bright Hearts was started with a very simple purpose. A purpose to make sure that Toastmaster reaches out to each individual who needs that slight help, slight push, and that slight motivation to become a better speaker. But more importantly, to create a safe space and provide a stage where everybody can come and practice their skills without having to worry about being judged or being looked down upon. It's an environment where everyone's encouraged to be themselves and grow as speakers and leaders. On that note, we do have one guest amongst us. Would you like to come upon and introduce yourself to the club? You can tell us your name and how you got to know about Bright Hearts.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Vishwanath. I'm also a Toastmaster from Speech Studio Club under 92, District 92. I think last year I was searching the Toastmaster Club to join. I stay nearby. I came to this HSR Toastmaster Club. It was too crowded, okay, and even I could not get a place to stand outside. Also, I went back home and I attended online. But yeah, I was thinking if I join, yeah, it is already, I think, good that you have so many members. So I was searching, then I got to know this speech studio through some means. Then I joined. So I think same time this also Toastmaster started. I did not know otherwise. Maybe I would have joined. Yeah, I work for HPA Enterprise. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Thank you very much, Vishwanath. Firstly, thank you for joining us at Bright Hearts. You said you work for HP Enterprises. I was just there this week for HPE Resonators Toastmasters Club. They had an open house. Lovely office, by the way. I'm so glad that after 2 years, you chose to again come and visit a Toastmaster Club in HSR layout. And all I'm going to say is, although after 2 years, you've made the best decision this evening to come and join us at Bright Hearts, we can assure you that you'll enjoy today's meeting, because at Bright Hearts, we ensure that everything is bright, because the bright way is the Bright Hearts way. Welcome to the meeting, Vishwanath. So today's theme is the act of kindness. A theme that is very close to my heart, and I'm really curious to see that what would unfold through the course of this meeting. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure at some point in time in your life, you would have done some act of kindness towards someone. And when you are kind to another fellow human being, the smile that that kindness brings on their faces is by far the most satisfying feeling in this world. Nothing makes us as happy as the feeling or the ability to make somebody else happy. Kindness is not something that we need to learn. I feel kindness is an absolute given. It's the basic requirement of qualifying to be a human being. Something we should practice and perform without even being told to. So I am totally looking forward to see what we have in store under the theme Act of Kindness today. But before we get started, I would say as the meeting progresses, take time to reflect and very importantly, remember to be kind. On that note, I hereby declare meeting 45 of Bright Hearts open. To take this meeting forward today, we have with us a Toastmaster who every time comes on this stage and unfolds a new magic. Every time she takes this stage, she tries something different and in turn inspires all of us to keep trying new things. A HR business partner by profession, I think she's chosen this theme because it is something that she practices and completely believes in. So we couldn't have asked for somebody better to tell us about the act of kindness than a fellow member who absolutely preaches and practices it. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Devsha Patnaik. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. How are you feeling today? Amazing. And how do you feel while looking at these books gathered here? Who got the books today? Yay! Nice. So today the theme is act of kindness. Volunteering, that is the ripple effect of humanity. Now when we talk about kindness, volunteering, I mean the first thing that comes to mind, okay, to create a change, I think I need a lot of money. I need a lot of time. I don't have time. And that's where we need to change our mindset. Today, I am standing before you because together with my journey, I am going to inspire you to change our mindset a little and give back to society. Right? Because if one stone can create ripples, imagine if we all get together, we can create the brightest spark and light up thousands of lives. We will be also listening to a lot of stories, and these stories are not going to be majorly of eminent person. Yes, I'll cover Oprah Winfrey and Ratan Tata's story as well, but I'll be covering stories of our fellow members. So, I hope, are you excited for the entire event? Yes. So, before we get into these stories, let me tell you the structure that we are going to follow throughout the meeting. Our meeting is specifically divided into three major parts. One, prepared speech session, where we have three speakers who have prepared their speeches today and will inspire us with their stories. And we'll be having evaluators who will be evaluating them. Second is a table topic session. So in this table topic section, the table topic master will come and give impromptu topics to you, and you get to volunteer to stand up on a stage and take up impromptu topics. This will help you to think at your feet. And the third part is the general evaluation. Here the general evaluation will donate his time and evaluate the meeting from start to beginning. It is important to create ripple effect in the lives of Toastmasters who are hosting this meeting today, because as we work towards improving ourselves in our speaker journey, we are also improving ourselves in taking feedback and giving back as well. So moving on, I would like to invite our general evaluator, who is a software professional with a big smile and even bigger heart, right? And when I asked him about his journey, and you would be surprised to know that he spends his morning doing meditation and teaching meditation to kids in his building, because he learned meditation and now he's creating ripple effect by teaching them back. I'll now welcome our general evaluator, Neville Shah.
Thank you everyone for the loud cheer and creating the ripple of sound in this room. Today, as a general evaluator, I'll be evaluating the whole meeting, starting from the presiding officer to the evaluations, the speakers, and all the segments. And as I have been given valuable feedback over time and during my Toastmasters journey, with the theme, it's my responsibility as well to give valuable feedback to all the speakers and role takers who take the stage. Because it's the act of kindness that if you get something, you spread it to three more people and it just spreads and multiplies and the universe cures it. So today I'll be assisted with a team for doing this responsibility. The speakers will have evaluators as well as and a team of tag as role players. So without further ado, let me welcome the first role taker. She's a new member, but ever enthusiastic to take up roles and give speeches. It's like sometimes you have to tell her, you can wait for one more week to take up a speech slot. But I love the enthusiasm she brings in, and let's see what she has in plate. Let's welcome on stage the timer for today, Toastmaster Manjarika. Manju, 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 Manju.
Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests. As a timer, I will be timing the table topics, speeches, and the formal speeches and the evaluations. I will also be alerting the speakers of the time they have taken with the green, yellow, and red cards. For table topics, the speakers are supposed to take no more than 2 minutes, and at 1 minute, I will raise the green card, and at 1 minute 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card, and at 2 minutes, I will raise the red card. For icebreaker speeches, speakers are supposed to take no more than for 4 to 6 minutes, and at 4 minutes, I will raise the green card, at 5 minutes, I will raise the yellow card, and at 6 minutes, I will raise the red card. For other speeches, the speakers are supposed to take no more than 5 to 7 minutes, and at 5 minutes, I will raise the green card, at 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card, and at 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. For speech evaluations, the speakers are supposed to take 2 to 3 minutes length, and at 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card, and at 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. I will give my report while called upon by the general evaluator during the evaluation section. Thank you.
Thank you, Manjarika, for introducing your role. And just to add on to what she mentioned, there'll be a 30-second grace period after each role, where there'll be buffer. After that, you'll be disqualified for either speaker, evaluator, or any role player. Thank you. Next, to assist me is another new member who's energetic and wants to also take up roles so fast and grow in this community. Let's give it up for Toastmaster Varun. Varun! 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 Varun!
Today's theme, Act of Kindness, reminds me of a story. A boy was walking along the shore, tossing starfish into the ocean. A man watching him said, "There are a lot of starfish here. What difference will it make?" The boy smiled, took one more starfish, tossed it into the waves, and then said, "It made difference to that one." So, this story reminds us that even a small act of kindness will make a big difference. In the same way, reducing filler words may seem like a minor change, but that would definitely improve the way you connect with the audience. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I am your Akonda for today. My role is to listen carefully and note down the unnecessary words and phrases used by the speakers on the stage. To keep it simple, I use a rule called CRPF, where C stands for crutch words like and, so, but, you know, and R stands for repetitive phrases like this means, where P stands for pauses or filler words like and F stands for the frequency of how often each speaker uses on the stage. I'll share my detailed report at the end of the meeting when general evaluator calls me. Thank you.
Thank you. We're looking forward to you creating your act of kindness with the ripple effect of the R counter rule. Next, we have someone who is usually silent, but when he comes on stage, he's loud and clear. Let's give it up for the next role taker, the grammarian for the day, Toastmaster Sumit. Hey, Sumit! 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 Sumit!
Good evening, everyone, fellow Toastmaster and guests. As a grammarian, my response I will pay close attention to all the speakers. As a grammarian, I will also note incorrect uses of the language and any outstanding uses of the word, saying, thoughts, or quotes. As a grammarian, I will also introduce the word of the day. Today's word of the day is serendipity, which means occurrence of events by chance in a happy, beneficial, or fortunate way. An example of the word of the day would be meeting my mentor at the airport after a long time was pure serendipity. At the end of the meeting, I'll present my report when called upon by the general evaluator, and also present a note on the uses of the word of the day. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you, Sumit, for such serendipitously explaining the role. And I request everyone, whenever somebody uses the word of the day, to please raise your thumb as an encouragement for the speaker who uses the word of the day. Next, we have someone who brightens the room when he comes. He has a big smile on his face. Let's give it up for the special role taker, Toastmaster Pranab. Oh, Pranab! 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 Pranab!
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today's meeting theme is Acts of Kindness, the ripple effects of humanity. Being proud Bangaloreans, let's admit it that we do these acts of kindness almost daily. Remember those you are on the Bangalore road and somebody is honking behind your car, and we patiently give them way to cross us. Reason? They are just 5 minutes away, missing their train or catching their flight. And that's a sarcasm, by the way. We are so kind on the Bangalore roads that we don't honk, we just hope. And that's like peak kindness. I am your bluff master, and my role here is to bluff. So, we will play a short ripple quiz today. And here is how that ripple quiz will work. I will note down some interesting information being conveyed in the meeting, and then when called back on the stage, I'll fire those one-liners. Your job is to identify whether it's a truth or a bluff. If it's a bluff, correct it, and also name the speaker. If you nail it, I'll hand out chocolates, which is my acts of kindness in the today's meeting. So that's about this ripple quiz, and looking forward that everyone will participate and actively listen. Most importantly, actively listen and act boldly. Over to the general evaluator.
Let's keep the applause going for all the talents who are here. Thank you, Pranab, for the lovely introduction. I think I was sold by the bluff. With that, I hand over the stage back to the Toastmaster of the day, and I'll present my general evaluation report at the end of the meeting.
Welcome everyone. Now, as promised, we'll be following up with the first story. So, all of you know her? Can you guess? Oprah. So, who knows her and would like to share anything about her? Anyone? Can raise their hands. Go ahead.
Talk about her delivery, and then she gets them to open up on their this or it's a very soul to soul kind of connect that she has. Very exciting.
Definitely. Did you know she came from a background where she was stricken by poverty and she was sexually harassed? She went through adversity. But now she became the most influential woman hosting the talk show host, Oprah Winfrey Show. Along with that, she is the first African American woman who became a billionaire. Imagine from roots to the top, she was there. But she realized that she does not need money to give back to society. From early on, she started contributing. She mentored young girls, she worked in shelters, and when she became successful, she went ahead and opened her own charity organization in South Africa. That's the contribution she had, and with her story, we get to know that you need not be someone who is influential, who has position, power, or money. You can still contribute even if you have gone through a lot of adversity. And since we are inspired through her stories, we'll move on with our prepared speech section where our speakers are going to come and inspire us with their story. But before we move further, for the speaker one, we have the first evaluator who will come up and share the evaluation guidelines. Our first evaluator is, he proudly calls himself as a 54-year-old proud father of two young girls and a proud husband. He is a software professional as in his profession, but when I asked him about him giving back to society, he believes that it happens when you take care of people around you. So there was one such instance where his mate's husband was seriously sick and he actually took him to the hospital, paid for the uh, treatment as well, and now he is happy, hearty, and his mate ensures that in return, Deepak and his family gets taken care of. So without further ado, let me invite our first evaluator, Toastmaster Deepak.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I will be evaluating the speech of Abhishek Misra. He is attempting level 3 project 1, which is about persuasive speaking. So, her purpose of this speech is to persuade the audience on the point that he wants to do. This is from Presentation Mastery. So, after when I'm called by the general evaluator, then I'll come and evaluate from my perspective. All the very best to Abhishek. Thank you.
Now coming to our speaker one. He is techie by profession but foodie by heart. And staying true to his interest, he saw some young children with 20 rupees roaming around to buy ice cream. and his kind heart could not say no. Even though the mother of the children was giving him looks, he went ahead and bought them ice cream. Yes, that's our dear Abhishek Mishra. So inviting our first speaker, Abhishek Mishra, The Lost Connection. Abhishek Mishra, The Lost Connection.
Thank you, Timod Devsha. Hmm? I got a message. Hmm? What this man is sending me this? So that is me sending a message like this to my friends. Friends whom I have not connected for a very long time. I wanted to make them smile first and then have a good conversation. But you know why I sent a message to them? Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guest. I am Abhishek Mishra, and today I'm going to share why I messaged my friend like this before making a call. But before that, let me do a quick activity. I believe in this room, people are people are either in their 20s or 30s, except for Arna and Deepak. If you guys, sorry, okay, exception happens, Akshay. Your exceptions. If you guys believe I'm true, except for Akshay, please give me a high five. Yeah, I'm true. So, for this project, when I was doing my research, I came to a word called friendship recession, and I was like, "What friendship recession? What is this? Like, inflation is already killing my happiness. It is screwing my pockets. I literally live in the fear of job recession, and now there's something fancy, friendship recession. As per definition, friendship recession means sudden loss in the uh, sudden loss in the number of close friends of an individual. I was like, what is this? Nothing nonsense. But trust me, this phenomena is getting popularity in India. As per a survey of 2023 by SDPR, around 43% urban population living in cities like Bangalore, they feel lonely and friendless when they are connected with multiple online communities. I find it very funny. As a digital nomads, right? We scroll while we eat. We text when we walk. We literally swipe our lives like a profile. But we literally have no one to talk in when it comes to physically. Our urban population like us, we are stay connected with thousands of people. But when it comes to connecting with people, we literally have no one to talk. Let me share my personal story. Couple of years back, when I moved to Bangalore, I was in a new city. I was in a new job. Things were going good. I was literally enjoying my life. I was literally on cloud nine. But after some time, I started this feeling of incompleteness. I used to be sad. I started getting irritated for small things. I have this feeling of loneliness. Now, let me tell you, loneliness doesn't mean you are being left out, but not finding anyone to truly connect with yourself. And I was getting this feeling. I had friends, I had office friends, but they were only good for doing gossips and discussing office politics. Now I have society friends, but we only discuss about the sad state of Bangalore roads, EMIs, and weather. Like, what's nothing new to talk? I have my friends, but as you know, our friends are nikamma and lazy. Neither they call you, neither you call you. You find it very hard to call them. You think I will call them next week, but that next week turned to next month and months into years. But what I was missing was I wanted to talk to someone without getting this feeling of being judged, but I couldn't find anyone. Then, out of this serendipity, I got a message from one of my friend Askar, a wedding invitation. Askar was a friend from my school days. Then I called him. Our conversation started with a simple hi, but it ended for 40 minutes. But after those 40 minutes, I was having this feeling of being empty. I had poured out those unsaid words which were there in my heart. And at that time, that conversation, I realized friendship is not about how much time we talk, it is about how we connect. And I literally got this, I was able to talk to him without this feeling of getting judged. That helped me. That's I discovered the power of reconnecting. Friends, as of as a working professions, we lived in this fast-paced city where our days start with work, commuting, and end up chasing targets. We found it very hard to stay connected with people. To but and this ultimately led to this cycle of loneliness. As per a study, if you stay connected with your old friends, this actually decrease the feeling of loneliness and social anxiety. So I want to give you a challenge. Take out your phones, pick that one old friend, and message him this week. And don't let that week turn into another week because there is no perfect time or life is not going to slow down. Thank you. And I hand over to Madam Timar.
Thank you, Abhishek. It did remind me that I need to call back my friends and also connect. And one part of it was when I was a volunteer, I made a lot of friends while volunteering together for delivering a cause. And here, it's time for me to also get back to them and understand what they're still doing and how they are giving back to society. Moving on, our next story is about our next evaluator number two. So, evaluator number two is a lawyer by profession, and she did take up pro bono cases where there was one old lady who had lost her husband. The police was not ready to file the complaint, but she took the case ahead, went to the magistrate, and finally took help from the police to find her husband. Yes, we have our lawyer who is giving back to the society while taking up pro bono cases. So, inviting our lawyer, our evaluator number two, Pooja Varik, to give guideline for speaker number.
Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests. My target speaker today. He is attempting his level 3 project 1. The purpose of this speech is to engage the audience with humor and have a central message in his speech. Timer, please note, the time would be 5 to 7 minutes. With that, I wish my target speaker all the very best. Thank you.
So, our next speaker number two,
is area director of I-003. He's again a corporate professional and a strong advocate of volunteering and social service. When I asked about him, he told I'll not share my story, rather I want to share a story of the organization that I am associated with. The organization he is associated with is Nakshatra, which is basically hosting events for students who are in schools which cannot finance those events. And it is important that like each and everyone, the childhood that we have gotten, the children also get the privilege of the childhood that they deserve. So without further ado, let's hear an inspiring story from our speaker two, Mani Kumar. Behind closed door gone wild. Behind closed door gone wild. Mani Kumar.
Good evening, everyone. How many of you remember our after meeting party places? Going to shift or what's in the name in Kodmangla? Can I see raise of hands? Wow, awesome. We close our meeting by 6:30, but after party meetings close at 11:30 or 12 p.m., 12 a.m. It was one moment for me, leaving that party and walking back to the home at night. And you know, in Kodmangla, there was a cremation ground. Walking past through that, at night, dead silent, no light. I was walking as if I don't want to see left, I don't want to see right, as if the Google Maps is watching me. And walking silently to my home door. Successfully, I reached the home door, which was locked because I stayed alone. As soon as I left at the door, though it's locked, I could hear some voices inside. He used me twice and he had left me. He was once ran behind me and no more he's considering me. I was in a dilemma. Was it thief or its spirit? Can I take it alone or do I need to call the cops? But I took the courage and unlocked the door. As soon as there was a sound of the door, again the voice came from the inside. Oh, he's back! Any guesses? What was that voice about? Alexa? TV? Yes, thank you. But here is the case where I unlocked and went inside. It was home full of meeting, not of members, but of appliances. It was all about the technological trauma going in the home. With the washing machine wali auntie, the iron box chacha, books ki behan, and more. I stood there in my home watching all the appliances. That's where the washing machine, the top loading washing machine at my home, started opening its door and speaking with me. He treats me like a superstar on Mondays, but other days I am a storage space. Last week he kept his gym shoes with me. What he thinks? I'm a horror movie producer. I'm a simple washing machine, bro. After listening to this washing machine, then came the iron box. I can see all the fumes on the table. Paya! See, you use iron box. That too with half-hearted romance. He always does ironing to the front of the shirt. And backside, he leaves it like a battlefield. I don't like your half-hearted romance. Go away. Then the cot
in the kitchen, which was bouncing, and started saying that, bro, I am a playwood, bro. I have a feelings. I know you are a WWE player with Undertaker stunts and Rey Mysterio stunts. You do it on this 5x6 plywood. One day I am going to break. Get ready. And there came the broomstick running from the kitchen to the bedroom and started talking as if, bro, you uses me every morning with and making me dance as if I'm practicing for gymnastics competition. What if saying a good morning, what will happen? I'm so sad. I'm going to break for the next usage. As soon as hearing this, the mobile got inspired and started making a noise with flickering the screen. Bro, I'm your mobile, but you started using me day and night with the charging, plugging in, plugging out, plugging in, plugging out. I also need some time, bro. And the laptop screen, which came out with all that lighting and started saying, bro, Bill Gates and Steve Jobs introduced me as a laptop to create new inventions. But you use the YouTube browser to watch movies. After listening to all this equipment, appliances trauma, it was like a stuck on my head. I couldn't sleep that night. It was like a bit, awakening which happened to me all of that night, suddenly. My dear Toastmasters, you're all living at your homes with all the appliances. Can you name your favorite appliances? Yes, washing machine. Can you imagine what if one day they stopped functioning? Your washing machine turned the red shirt into white. Your mobile stopped payment when you're exactly booking your Tatkal tickets. What if the oven boycott and said that I'm no more going to heat? I'm going to behave like a refrigerator. We are all in the world thinking about the future. Robots may take these lives away. But what if one day our appliances stop? So it was my awakening thing that I would love to share to all that. Though we are living with appliances, even we should provide it the required respect, gentleness. Do not overload your washing machines. And do not overload your mobile with applications, which makes the mobile restarted. Let's ensure our appliances get the respect what they need. Thank you.
It's definitely money, putting lives into appliances. Imagine if you get mentored by him, you would definitely put life on the stage. So, before we move on to the next prepared speech, let's look at one of the inspiring leaders we have, whom we lost recently. You know who is it? Rathendra. And before I tell the story, I would like to ask Deepak, who's the spokesperson of Tata, to share one of his personal stories that he would have actually seen on the ground. Any story?
At Tata, when he used to come to office, he would simply be alone with this, and then he pick up the lift and go up with the office. There would not be any include with him, which short he was. So there would be a lot of people, they would not like that. That is one thing which I personally, of course, from India, there are a lot of stories about it. There is one more story about this dog, love for dog. When he was
they wanted to make the old Tata house and renovate the old Tata house. So Tata's had seen it where it's built out the building used to scale. He asked what will happen to that. So when he was told that he needs to take care of this, he will be well taken care of. So his heart was so kind towards the stray dogs that he, among all the things that were going on the information, he asked for this question that what will happen to me. Basically, who by his succession.
Very nice indeed. Only Deepak can tell stories which are true to Ratan Tata, which might not be out in public. We would have heard a lot many stories that are there. But yes, that also reminds that when we are doing our act of kindness, we also need to remember that we have dogs and cats roaming around and they belong here with us, not away in the shelter. So it's important that we also take care of them. And if I have to tell a story that I came upon, is even though he is known for his business acumen and business vision, but he is known for his legacy of kindness. And one such example is his act during 9/11 attack. His employees were all shattered, they were broken, but he ensured that each and every member is well taken care of. He stood in front of the hospital and ensured that each and every injured is free from all the uh, troubles that they are going through and ensure that they reach home safely. So that's how humble he is. So one story from Deepak on dogs and all his humbleness, and another story from me on how humble he is to the core. And that reminds us that as Toastmasters, we are developing ourselves as leaders. And it is just not about giving speeches, guiding people and leading people in the organization. It is also us having vision on how we can give back to the society. So now moving on, we have our third evaluator. Our third evaluator believes that it is important that we give back to the community, give back to the society, and he is majorly interested in keeping the environment clean. So with that, I would like to invite Sayuj Verghese to share the evaluation guidelines for speaker number 3.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Twilight greetings to my target's speaker, Toastmaster Arna. Toastmaster Arna is giving her Level 3 Project 3, which is an elective called Using Descriptive Language. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice writing a speech with emphasis on adding language to increase interest and impact. So all the best to my target speaker, and over to you.
So our speaker number 3, when I asked her act of kindness, she ensured that people around her are well fed. Yes, she actually bought a packet of protein bars for her friend because she skips breakfast and she ensured that she is well fed. And this reminds us that we need to also take care of our family members. We usually forget them. So now moving on, I would like to invite our speaker number 3, Arna, behind closed doors gone by. Leeches, laughter and slippery falls. Leeches, laughter and slippery falls, Arna.
My college life has been characterized by me saying yes to anything that came my way. The most consequential of these yeses was me saying yes to a friend who said, Arna, do you want to go for a trek this weekend? Before I knew it, I was packing trekking shoes and Odomos. They told me that Kudremukh was a trek. They didn't tell me it was also a water park, a dance floor, and a convention of leeches. Good evening, Bright Hearts, Toastmasters, and guests. How many of you have been on a trek? How many of you would describe it as unforgettable? Kudremukh is about 21 kilometers. So basically a half marathon on an inclination. What this means is by the end, you will either discover God or your kneecaps will file for emancipation. Either way, unforgettable. Our trip started with an epic bus ride from Bangalore. The bus had ear-piercing Kannada music and disco lights. You all start excited. Road trip, yes! But as the 4 hours sent in, the dancing on the aisles with only your hands to keep your feet stable becomes you twisted into pretzels in a semi-comfortable sleeping position. Wondering if this bus even has a suspension system. Then you reach base camp. This is where your network range stops working and the rain starts and never stops. There will be a trek guide who looks like they were born trekking, and you are unaware of the gaps in your physical fitness and the fragility of willpower. Especially when your friends are making bets on who will race to the top first. The trekking trail was stupendous, wondrous the moment we started. Rolling green hills, mists that surrounded you, sneaking up like phantom, beautiful presence, and streams that looked like they were straight out of a Bisleri commercial. But there were also leeches, a lot of leeches. If any of you don't know how to dance, wait till the leech is on your foot. Contemporary? Done. Kathak? Done. Michael Jackson walk? Done. It was a pure monsoon trek. Raining continuously when you went up and when you came down. You crossed stream after stream that seemed to widen till you felt like an honest-to-God water dam. Then you stepped on slippery stones that had made it their mission to make you land on your behind. You would slowly lose not only willpower, but also any faith in raincoats as a concept. This would all be worth it as soon as you made it to a point with a panoramic view. Lush, endless greenery in all directions. Clouds floating beneath you. You forget about marks, nagging to-do lists, frustrating Bangalore traffic. Peaceful, deafening silence. Till it's interrupted by that one friend saying, guys, let's make a reel. As you know, what goes up must come down. And so do you. The trek down can only be described as treacherous. Your puliogre turns into pongal in your tiffin box as the rain comes. You fall in every imaginable yoga pose from slipping, inventing some new ones, and in some cases, you even do a full split. As you make it back to civilization, you have a new appreciation for dry socks and the relieving lack of leeches. In conclusion, if you want to test the strength of your bonds and want to traumatize every single joint in your body, pack your bags, go to Kudremukh. For me, this trek was not only about climbing a mountain, but also witnessing beautiful sights from the top of the hill to the bottom. So what I ask of you, Toastmasters, guests, and Right Hearts, if an opportunity presents itself through serendipity or your friend's stupidity, say yes. Thank you, and may your socks always be leechless.
One inspiring story to remind us that we need to volunteer to understand how kind Mother Nature has been to us, and that we are at least we can get an experience of having leeches in our shoes and socks. How privileged we are, right? So now we are end of the first section, yes, but this does not end here because you will have to vote for our speakers. So requesting Sergeant and Arms to share the voting link. While our Sergeant at Arms is sharing the voting link, we will have a break after the voting is over. I would remind you that there are a lot of acts of kindness that you would have done through your life. And since the break is like a networking session, I would request you to share your own personal stories with fellow members here so that they know that how you are passionate about giving back to society. So scan the QR code. I took.
It is bit.ly/PHTM vote 1. For all members, it's on the members group. For guests, that would be bit.ly/PHTM vote 1.
Yeah.
Is the link accessible? Show a thumbs up.
For these responses.
Majority done. Majority done.
Maybe if you have finished voting, can you raise your hands? You can start making your way. Those who have finished.
We'll resume at 5:15.
Stop the recording.
Pause the
Everyone is refreshed? Oh, there's an echo.
It definitely is.
Yeah, the tea helped. There's an echo.
Hello. Hello. Still echoing. So. Okay.
Huh? It's still echoing.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello.
Still. Can you start with mic tap?
Hello. Hello.
No, which system have you connected that with? There are two PMs for touch. Oh. No.
Hello.
Still echoing. I'll try without mic.
Wait. No. Wait. Yes.
Hello.
Welcome back, everyone. Were you able to share your stories or didn't get time? Okay, no worries. We have networking after the session is over. Well, so I have been talking about a lot of stories, but what about my own story, right? So before I talk about my own story, there's a small video that our sergeant at arms will play. But one thing in the video, you have to spot me in the video as well. Okay, let's watch. Due to paucity of time, we have reduced this video to 1 minute, but you can watch it over YouTube. But yes, before I tell about my story, it is important to tell you about the organization I was working for. Bakul Foundation is the organization which is there in Bhubaneswar. It started with a very small idea, donation of books. They collected 100 books and they thought, okay, that's the only thing that we could do, right? But now all over Odisha, they have more than 200, 300 libraries opened, and each and every kid gets the privilege of reading books. And we went ahead and created books in our native language. Yes, Odia books were not picturized, not colorful, but we went ahead and we illustrated all the poem books that are there, and the books are released throughout the schools, and they are part of the curriculum right now. But we did not stop there. We went ahead with tree plantation. We also went ahead with giving back to underprivileged kids. So we held a lot of best of waste workshops, storytelling workshops, especially ensuring that skill building is done. So anything that is waste can tomorrow become a profession. And there were a lot of government events that happened. So we went ahead in volunteering that. But apart from volunteering, what did I learn? First of all, I gave back to society. The organization gave me a lot of friends. And of course, I developed myself as a leader who can tomorrow even drive events in Bangalore. So now people in Bhubaneswar who are right now currently in Bangalore have come together, and they have visualized on opening a Bakul Foundation for Bangalore as well. So it's just not a place to give back to society. You get to take back a lot more, because there's a lot of activities that is happening to develop your skill sets as storytellers, as event managers, as coordinators. So that's how the organization is ensuring you give back. And with that, as a closing note, you listen to stories of each and every volunteer and member over here. If they are taking steps to give back to society, now it is you who is responsible to give back to society as well. So think that in this week, how you can deliver an act of kindness. And with that, I would like to call upon our table topic master. And when I asked her about her volunteering journey, she said she donates clothes to needy people. With that, over to Sneha Masalkar.
Dear Toastmasters and guests, welcome to the most fun section, the table topic section. Here I would be calling on people on stage, guests and members, to come up on stage and speak on a topic that I'll give you on the spot. So this is essentially an impromptu speaking section. The time given would be 2 minutes. So at the end of 1 minute, the green card would be shown. At the end of 1.5 minutes, yellow card would be shown. And at the end of 2 minutes, the red card would be shown. And there would be a grace time of about 30 seconds, so don't panic. The theme for today is acts of kindness, and we will explore through the topics about how all of us have given selflessly without expecting anything in return. And also we'll explore like how each person has felt and how we've made a real difference in other people's lives. So we'll start with it, and I'd like to call Sneha Suresh as the first speaker. So Sneha, your topic is if you could get unlimited free time for 1 whole month, how would you spend it on a social cause of your choice, and why?
Good evening, everyone. If I was to get unlimited free time to spend on a social cause, this is something that I've been wanting to do for many years, but I have not gotten an opportunity to do. I want to go and volunteer and teach high school kids, tutor them on maths and science subjects, because when I was in school, I used to love them, and I think I still have a passion for them, although I'm in a completely different field now. I have tried in the past to do such volunteering activities, but on weekends it turned out to be a little difficult. They didn't have open slots, and I didn't have time on weekdays, so I did not have an opportunity. But if I have unlimited free time, I would love to do that and tutor the high school kids. That way, I will also go and relive that. I feel that I will also go and relive my high school days. Learning about Doppler effect. When a train comes to the station, you hear the sound coming, and when it leaves you, the sound just reduces. Why does it happen? All those interesting facts, like why is the sky blue? All of those, I found it really interesting when I was in school, and I want to teach it with the same enthusiasm to kids, so that they don't see it as just science, some subject, but they actually have some energy and enthusiasm towards it. That's what I would do.
Thank you, Sneha. Just you teaching us a bit about the Doppler effect got me excited. So I'm sure you'll be a great teacher. For the second one, I'd like to call a guest. Anybody would like to volunteer? Kanti, yeah. So your topic is which is one person who inspires you to be kind and why?
Okay. Okay. Am I audible to everyone? Yes. One person who is the most kindest in the entire world is none other, only one person. That is my proud husband. Look, I think only one best decision I have made in my life is marrying him. You know what? Before marriage, I don't know how to maintain a house. I don't know how to mop a thing. You can see me the most laziest human in the entire universe is me. I love to sleep. I'm a professional sleeper. I can sleep standing in a bus. I can sleep here like this. I'm not bothered about the noise was happening around. But after marriage, everything was stopped. I have to cook. I have to maintain my house. I have to maintain my bills, EB and more on. I don't know anything. But one thing, I have to wash my own vessels. I don't know nothing about even zero. But one thing I was very shocked. If you ask my husband to mop, he will do it as someone has gifted him a Kohinoor diamond. He would enjoy the process of mopping. You will never see such a person. If you ask him to wash the vessels, what he will do now? Me and do. I was very fast in washing my vessels, but he is something different. He would vibe. He would enjoy the process of washing the vessels. You know what? He will listen Ilayaraja songs. He will sing, enjoy the process. I was like, who can do a household work with such a joy? He actually made the thing of doing a household into enjoyment process. He always tell me that if you love to do a household, do. Otherwise, don't do that. But now, after marrying him, my process of doing a simple things with joy, I learned only from him. I learned so much of kindness only from him. I was very best. I got the best husband in this world. Thank you.
That was so emotionally rich. And we discovered one facet of kindness, which is patience to this. So for the next one, I'd like to call upon Aditya. So Aditya, your topic is if every person in this world decided to do one kind activity, what would tomorrow look like?
Wow. Okay. Thanks for your act of kindness, table topic master. So I thought I'll not get a slot today, but thank you. So I think one kind act that every person should do is to wait. I think a lot of people have lost patience in this world today. They are not ready to wait for results. They are not ready to wait for anyone in their lives. People keep changing their relationship partners. People keep changing their companies. So they are not really patient with anything that they do. So one thing that all of us should learn is to be be happy with the time that we have, and be happy around the people that we are. I think it's a great learning lesson for me as well, because since a lot of years I have managed to keep my friendships intact. And the reason for that is because I believe that those friendships will fly away if I do not, keep in touch with them, and if I don't give them time. So whenever I go to some city, whenever I am in Bangalore, I make sure that people come to my house, I go visit their house, or even the old timers, whether be it my ex-colleagues, etc., who have taught me a lot of things in life. I want to give them time and be patient with them, listen to their sorrows, joys, etc. So I think one thing that we should do as part of our lives is to have patience and to wait for things to happen. Thank you.
Thank you, Aditya. And I think if we all follow Aditya's example, the world would be a happier place. So the next one, I'd like to call upon a guest. If there's any other guest, yeah, you can come. So your topic is, when was the last time someone did something very kind for you? And tell us more about it, how it made you feel.
Can I just think for
Yeah, what's your name, sir?
Rahul?
Rahul. Okay.
Can I just think for 10 seconds and then I can?
Yeah, please.
It was like kind moment someone had did for me, right? Okay. Guess I'll just hold it then. So thank you guys for this opportunity. Thanks for inviting me to speak onto the stage. So thinking about kindness, a friend did to me was he gave a referral to a job, my first job actually. So my friend who had registered for the company, he gave all his details, and finally what had happened, he couldn't go there because the home and the company space was too far. It was almost like 60 kilometers. So what he did was, when my previous manager who had asked him, can you refer someone who's quite near, he gave my name. And for that act of kindness, I'm very grateful, because for the 2 years I've been part of that company, I've learned a lot of things. I've learned a lot of things. It gave me a lot of opportunity to meet you folks, to come here to Bangalore. Everything happened all because of that serendipity. He ensured that, I mean, like, people, everyone will not think good for you. And to get a friend like that, that's just amazing. So to keep him as a friend and like to speak with him, even through hard times, I'm very grateful for that moment. And speaking of another friend, he was the one who had suggested, like, what are you doing in life right now? We had this conversation around 12 o'clock. It went for 2 hours. It's like, you start doing something, like go for an MBA or do something bigger in life. And that's when it gave me a push to try something hard and like apply for an MBA exam. So thanks to Praveen and Bala for your kindness. You guys are the reason I'm here. I'll ensure to call them once again and tell about what happened here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Rahul. And I think we felt like his gratefulness to not just one story, but two stories of kindness. So thank you for that. So for the next one, I'd like to call a Toastmaster, Akash. So Akash, your topic is, do you believe that one person can truly make a difference? Give us an example.
Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guests. The topic is about can one person can make a difference.
I would say, yeah, one person can actually make a difference. When I think all of us are here, this thought of starting a Bright Hearts has come from a one person, actually. I would say it is Akshay. So from that one decision, which made all the people here, like whoever were lacking confidence and wanted to be a leader. So with that, it's all because of that one person who has the thought in mind and has started doing it. And and with that one person, the another person joined, which is Arundhati. So, and yeah, I would say one person can make a difference. So in 2000, I'd give an example of 2020. It's not a positive difference, but a negative difference, I would say. The COVID, which started, I think it started from one person. And you all know how that one, from that one person, it has changed the world, like made the difference throughout the world. Yeah. So I would say that one person can actually make a difference.
We can all agree that Akash's take was really interesting. And yeah, he had me at the COVID story. With this, we come to the end of the table topic section. So let's all remember to be kind in society as well as to ourselves, the foremost, because if we are kind to ourselves, we can be kind to others. So thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thanks, Mani, for that extra cheer. I feel the pump already. Okay, let's begin with the general evaluation section, and let's start with the evaluation of the prepared speakers. To evaluate the first speaker, Abhishek, let's call upon stage the first evaluator, Toastmaster Deepak. Deepak! 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 Deepak!
Okay, good evening, everyone, and a special good evening to Abhishek. Abhishek, it was a wonderful session to go through for you, for your case, your problem statement of lack of friendship recession that you talked about. The problem statement was very clear that we are all living in a friendless manner, although we are having so much of opportunity to connect with each other. And you also gave a solution for that you should decide to do an act of kindness for this week. In this week, you should decide to talk to anyone from your phone. So the speech structure came out well. That is the highlight of the speech. This problem statement and why this is why do you think this is a big problem for us, and what is the solution? It could have been where I see improvement could have been made is, um, you know, a different speaker with the same topic would have come up with more impactful examples, more impactful illustrations of the problem. So we want you to grow with, in that direction, so that the speech content that you have is there, its structure is there, but it becomes much better, and audience gets hooked more to your content. And it serves the speech purpose better, because the impact that could have been met with for the same topic could have been different. It could be made different. And so that is the feedback I have. All in all, it was a good speech, and take it to the next level. Come up with more energy, more preparation, and deliver better speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepak, for the constructive feedback. Now we have to evaluate Toastmaster Money, Toastmaster Pooja. Pooja! 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 Pooja!
Good evening, Toastmasters and dear guest. First of all, congratulations, Mani, for completing your level 3 Project 1 speech. Your purpose of this speech is clearly accomplished. Your effort and enthusiasm was evident in the speech. Coming to the highlights, your opening had a warm and engaging speech, like how you compared the after-meeting Toastmaster meetings with the after-party. It depicts that we Toastmasters are so enthusiastic about networking. We never lose an opportunity to network. You had a great vocal variety, like how you walked through the cremation ground, and your expressions were really great. The feeling of scared at midnight 12 a.m. The humor you brought life to technology. Like the Google Maps was watching you, that was really great. Usage of some great words, phrases like technical trauma, books ki behan, half-hearted romance, use of broom without saying a good morning, that was bad. Especially when your mobile screamed, plug in, plug out. How could you do that? That was brilliant. You had a great eye contact and a very nice body language on the stage. A thing like how, when you said you used the cot like an undertaker stunt, you had a great gesture at that time. That was action power pack. There's no nitpick that I would want to highlight, but you could have used a few appliances instead of many items. Finally, Mani, you had a wonderful speech on the stage. You were humorous. You established a connection with the audience, leaving both entertained, thoughtful about the usage of technology in our day-to-day life. Looking forward to more of your speeches in different styles. Thank you.
Thank you, Pooja, for that elaborate evaluation for Toastmaster Money. Now we have the third speaker and the third evaluator pair to evaluate Toastmaster Arna. Let's welcome on stage Toastmaster Sayuj.
Thank you, Toastmaster Neville. Raise of hands, how many of you want to go to Kudremukh? Great. Anna, there you have your answer. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, and a wonderful evening to my target speaker. Second question. Have you guys ever done fly fishing before? Raise of hands. Great, neither have I, but I know the theory. So basically you use a bait which mimics an insect, marine insect, and then the fish comes and gets hooked to it, and then you reel the fish in. Toastmaster Anna's bait is a smile. And then she hooks you with a stage presence and then reels you in with a humor and her dance moves. Toastmaster Anna, the story you told wanted me to go trekking. So big lookout, you might see a mail from me regarding the trekking. In terms of your speech, it had a great start, body, and the ending. And your whole story meandered through that structure perfectly well. You had a humor and had the people laughing out loud. And you started off with questions, asking people, have they trekked? That got the audience engaged. Wonderful audience engagement. In terms of, have you met the objective of the speech? And the stage, the body language was just awesome. I've seen some dance moves. Maybe Sneha, we should learn from her. Get some dance moves on. In terms of areas of improvement, I felt you had a fallout with this side of the stage. You are mainly concentrated on this. It would have been good if you moved across the stage as you are giving your speech. And another feedback that I have is the evaluation sheet, if you could send it a day or two earlier so that the evaluator can prepare themselves, especially for a level 3, 4, 5, because those are a little bit difficult trying to figure out what needs to be evaluated. Right? So in conclusion, great humor, you met the objectives, you had a great body language and kept the audience engaged. Feedback, evaluation resources needs to be sent a couple of days early, and optimum use of the stage. Best of luck in your future speeches, and I had a great time hearing you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sayuj, for the constructive speech feedback for Toastmaster Arna. Now we have the tag as role players who will share their feedback on the meeting. So let's call upon stage the first role taker, timer for the day, Toastmaster Manjarika. Manju, 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 Manju.
Good evening, my dear Toastmasters and guests. So, I will start with my report. Sergeant at Arms Priyansh took 2 minutes 43 seconds. Speaker number 1, Abhishek Mishra, took 7 minutes 13 seconds. Speaker number 2, Mani Kumar, took 7 minutes 14 seconds. Speaker number 3, Arna Gupta, took 6 minutes 18 seconds. And regarding the evaluators, evaluator number 1, Deepak, took 2 minutes 53 seconds. Evaluator 2, Pooja Barik, took 2 minutes 37 seconds. Evaluator 3, Sai Juagis, took 2 minutes 56 seconds. And regarding table topics, table topic master Sneha took 6 minutes 25 seconds. And table topic speaker number 1, Sneha Suresh, took 1 minute 30 seconds. And speaker number 2, Kantimati, took 2 minutes 36 seconds. And speaker number 3, Aditya, took 1 minute 29 seconds. and speaker 4 Rahul took 1 minute 46 seconds, and speaker number 5 Akash took 2 minutes 3 seconds. Thank you.
Thank you, Manjarika. There's a beautiful quote written on your t-shirt. Believe in the magic of change. And that's what the theme is today as well. So I want to just have a mention on that. Let's welcome the next role taker, Toastmaster Varun, to share the R counter report. Varun! 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 Varun!
How many of you guys remember the boy and starfish story, which I told in the starting? So just as the boy had saved some of the starfish, I have saved you some CRPF votes. Yeah. With that thought in mind, here is my report. Firstly, I would like to tell who didn't use any of the CRPF votes, and there are quite a few people. Sergeant at Arms Priyans, there are no CRPF votes. President Arundhati, no CRPF votes. And Speaker 2 Mani, there are no CRPF votes. Speaker 3 Arna, there are no CRPF votes. Evaluator Pooja, no CRPF votes. And table topic master Akash, no CRPF votes. Full of love. Yeah. And for the others, Toastmaster of the day, Depsha, used 3 times 3 times and 2 times so. General evaluator Neville used and few times. Speaker 1 Abhishek used several times. Evaluator 1 Deepak used your 3 times and few times. Evaluator 3 Sayuj used few times. Table topic master Sneha Masalkar used 2 times. Table topic speaker Sneha used 2 times. Table topic speaker 2 Krantimati used 2 times. Table topic speaker 3 Aditya used several times. Table topic speaker Rahul used and few times. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Varun. Thank you, Varun, for the detailed report on the R counter. And next we have the grammarian for the day, Toastmaster Sumit. 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 Sumit.
Good evening, everyone, once again. Back with the grammarian report. So, as a grammarian, I got a chance to listen attentively to wonderful speeches today. So, firstly, I'll start with the word of the day. Word of the day, serendipity, was used 3 times today. I noticed some wonderful phrases and quotes. Couple of them I would like to highlight. First one was ripple effect of humanity. Other one was unfathomably beautiful presence. And a quote by Abhishek: friendship is not about how much we talk, but how we connect. Also, I have a few suggestions that I would like to highlight. Some of the phrases which were used, I found it friendless. Instead, we can use I found it empty or lonely. Neither they call you, neither you call, can be phrased as neither they call you nor you call. Took that courage could be rephrased as gathered courage or summoned courage. Home door can be used, instead of home door, we can use front door, door to my home. And instead of most laziest, we can use laziest. So yeah, that's all for today. Back to you, Neville.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sumit, for sharing such a great grammarian report. Next, we have our special role taker, the bluff master for the day, Toastmaster Pranav. Pranav! Pranav!
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. So all of you ready for the Ripple quiz? Okay, so let me reiterate the rules. I will read out some statements. You need to raise your hands without calling the answers, and I'll give you a chance to answer those. And if you get those right, we will spread the love around the room and the token of kindness. Okay, so ready for the quiz, man? Guys? So there was an information shared where someone was sick. He was sick and his mate's husband took him to the hospital, post which he became more empathetic. Arna. Arundhati.
Them to the hospital, and after that they ensured that, like, this maid ensured that his family stays.
Awesome, awesome. Pass on this. Okay, maybe an easier one this time. Someone said, this is an easy one, guys. So someone said friendship is not about how much time we talk, but how much time we fight. Bhumika. Oh, great. Correct. Okay, there was a mention in someone's speech about an Almira. And the Almira told that I am a superstar on the weekends, but for other days, I am a storage box for keeping items. Sayuj.
It's false. It was a washing machine and it was set by money.
Wow. Yeah. Correct answer. Okay. Time for the next quiz. So in someone's speech, there was a mention that the streams looked so clear that they look like Aquafina bottles, Aquafina water bottles. Yeah, I do. Go ahead. Oh, great. Correct. Okay, the next one, guys, please be attentive. So there was a mention about Bakul Foundation, an NGO, who translated all the books into a native language. Bakul Foundation is based out of West Bengal, and they have done the translation in Bengali language. Twinshu. Okay, yeah, correct answer. Okay, this is another one. There was a mention about interaction with husband, and her husband was so kind to do all the household chores, so much so that it used to look like that somebody has gifted him a Ferrari car.
It's false.
Okay, that's correct. Okay, yeah. So that's all for today. I think I'm also feeling short of chocolates by now. So thanks for listening in. Actually, the kind listening actually gives way for kind actions and act on them boldly. So thanks for listening kindly, and looking forward that you will act boldly by listening kindly. And that's what you will take back from this room. Thank you. Over to the Jungle Valley.
Thank you, Pranav, for sharing the act of kindness with so many chocolates. And I see somebody not being kind enough. Sharing is caring. So with that, let's start with our general evaluation section. It can take 14 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay. Let's go. So I'll start with the prepared speech section. So we had the first speaker, Toastmaster Abhishek. and his evaluator, Toastmaster Deepak. Toastmaster Abhishek, I think you had a very lovely, engaging speech with humor, talking about the central message of friendship as becoming a recession and how you persuaded the audience. Love the take on the story. I have one or two suggestions for you. One being you had when you talk about the intro, you left us with a question. I think you get connected it back at the end that why do friends matter? Why should we send reels to them? I think that could have created a circular loop and would have enhanced your speech. Toastmaster Deepak, we have seen your evaluations. You come every time and share such constructive and positive feedback with such calm and composure. Kudos on that. I have just one suggestion for you. I think when you give your suggestions or like feedback points, you can divide it like I'll be sharing 2 highlights and 1 or 2 areas of improvement. That way, the person who is getting the feedback has that in mind that okay, these are the pointers I'm getting. So that's one minor suggestion for you. Toastmaster Money, we all have seen your humorous speeches, and I think today was another great take on humor. The way you dressed up to deliver a humorous speech with enacting inanimate objects. I think I love that take. I agree with few of the pointers which Toastmaster Pooja shared. I think she covered almost all the highlights which I can come up with. With just a few suggestions from my end. One was your tone was very consistent throughout your speech. At some places, what I meant was when you were enacting the characters, had a different pitch, but sometimes it was coming back to your original voice. So maybe we practice a few more times, that consistency can come in the tone for the objects as well. And at the end, when you are sharing your concluding message, I think you could have made more emphasis on it. You slowed down and you had a tone, but then you could have added more like vocal variety in that, and like the power of that message was very powerful when you said, do not overload these appliances and give them the due respect they deserve. I think calming down with that composure, I think everybody would have connected. Otherwise, great speech for a humor. And around the objectives, it was a speech on discovering your humorous style. I think you discovered your style with different instances of humor. At the same time, you could have added some parts of how those different inanimate objects you enacted were talking about different humor style to educate the audience. I think that's one more feed. Next, we have Toastmaster Pooja. I think you did a great job with sharing all the highlights. I think for areas of improvement, you can share 1 or 2 or 3 areas of improvement. That way, it becomes a better speech. Otherwise, great structure of your evaluation and overall great evaluation. And keep coming, taking up roles. Toastmaster Arna and Sayoj. Arna, I think the project was about descriptive language. I was amazed by the rich vocal variety you used during this speech, as well as the gestures throughout your speech. Maybe you enacted different movements. And it was a great speech. I think 1 or 2 spaces which I can recommend for you is the voice modulation. Some places it was felt like a monotone. There's excitement in some places, but then overall the speech had a constant pitch. So you could, as a seasoned speaker, you can have better vocal variety at level 3. So that's one feedback. And the ending was a bit rushed. The whole structure of your speech where you talk about climbing up was extremely detailed and verbose. But then when you came down, that journey was the journey of downhill was very short-lived. And the message also felt rushed. And you had almost 1 minute on the clock still. So you can work on that. Toastmaster Sayoj, I think you covered almost all the highlights. And the way you started your evaluation, loved it. Engaging with the audience and connecting the piece of the speaker. But then I felt it was a bit stretched. You could have started with the highlights after the first part, where you were talking about how the flycatcher incident, that felt a bit stretched. But instead, you could have shared that these are the highlights of Arna's speech and elaborated on the highlights with more examples. Also, the areas of improvement you started were around 2 minutes. So generally, we follow like around 1 minute. 1 minute you take for highlights and give constructive feedback for the areas of improvement with more examples. So I think that's another point. Yeah. Overall, great feedback. Thank you, Toastmaster Sayoj. That's for the prepared speech and evaluation section. Next, we have the table topic section. Table topic master Sneha, I think the way you connected the topics with the theme It was great. You had very simple topics for the guests, and for seasoned speakers, you had some difficult topics. You explained the timing as well as the rules of the table topic section, and you bridged different segments as well. Just 2 points of feedback for you. One is the word, you can emphasize again on the word of the day during your segment, and when you're sharing the topic, repeat it twice so that the speaker understands it. So you can follow the same convention as a team mod, like speaker, table topic, table topic, speaker. So that way it becomes more emphasized and it's clear to the speaker as well. Now, coming to the table topic speakers, we have Toastmaster Sneha Suresh. Sneha, I think you got the topic of unlimited free time, where you talked about how you want to teach school kids with the same enthusiasm as what you receive. I think I love the take, and then you shared different examples of how you want to teach as well. So overall, that was great take. I think you could have added a message at the end, how that can impact or create the ripple effect. So overall, that with the examples, a conclusive message can add more value to your table topic. Kantimati, I think we have seen you come on stage and talk as a guest. Love the take on these topics. And you shared about your inspiring story of your husband with so many examples, and you took humor you are so confident and humorous on stage. Love the take on the topic. But just one minor feedback, you can be mindful of the time. So as the table topic masters mentioned, it's 2.5 minutes. So you generally by 2 minutes, you try to start your conclusion and wrap it up by 2.5 minutes. So in feedback, Aditya, one act of that can make an impact. I think loved how such a difficult topic, you made it simplified and share specific examples and set the premise in the beginning. I think that's setting the premise of the beginning helped connect us with your topic as well. So great job. I know don't have any points of feedback. Guest Rahul, you took a pause in the beginning for 10 seconds. Lovely thing to do. That's being very mindful that you collate your thoughts and then start speaking. It didn't feel like you were coming here for the first time. You were very confident on stage. Great job on taking up a table topic. Akash, man, I love the humor you bring on the stage. You started with saying the yes, and then you gave 2 specific examples. The second one was unexpected and a twist and a turn. And at the end, you collated all of this together. So great job over there. No points of feedback for you. Okay. Already 8 minutes. Good. Okay, let's start with the pre-meeting. And so the pre-meeting, we had the boards, awards, and everything ready in place. Even the posters went out on time this week. So all of the theme was ready by Monday. So all of these things were in place. Just one feedback for the VPA team. I think Arna was missed to get. I forgot to add Arna in the group, which though I assigned a mentor. So point to be taken for the VPA team. The role takers need to come on time. I think few of them are late. I personally was also late. But if you're being late, just inform on the group that you're running late so that people are aware. As well as I request all the members. We all know that it's 4 to 6:30 and we have made the commitment for ourselves. So please be on time at least by 3:50 if you're attending a meeting. Few members came late today. So we all know that Bangalore traffic is there, but let's be mindful of that. Yeah, I'll take 1 more minute and wrap it up. Sergeant Arms Priyansh, I think got started with an energetic start. You laid down the ground rules and introduced the PO really well. I think just 2 points of feedback for you. One is you can start with an activity. Generally, you do today, you might missed it. So that can engage the audience and bring a composure in the room. That's 1 point of feedback. And you'll generally look at your phone. You have come to the stage multiple times now. I think it's time you get rid of this phone and come here with the full confidence. And we all know that you can do it. Presiding officer Arundhati, I think you had almost everything in place. I have no points of feedback from bridging to intro of Bright Hearts to theme as well as intro of guests. Just 1 point, I think we missed today about introducing Toastmasters International. I think both the PO as well as the team board. Yeah, just a minor nitpick. Yeah. Toast. Oh. Then I think I missed. Let's continue. So, Toastmaster of the day. So I think you had slides as well as the way you elaborated the whole topic, as well as getting people to bring books and exchanging them. That's a lovely gesture. I think you created ripples of kindness in this room with your topic today. Just quickly going to the Taggers teams. Manjarika, I think you took the role of the timer for the first time, and you did a great job showing cards and like ringing the bell whenever anybody was exceeding time. Just one or two points of feedback. One is you can mention if all the speakers are qualified or disqualified in the beginning, and you can connect your address with the theme. That's add more value to your role. Otherwise, great job. Varun, I think you did a great job with connecting your theme, counter with the theme. And just one point of feedback for you, that you can give examples when you're talking about the crutch word, CRPF. And you can combine all the speakers who are fabulous. So you don't have to mention them one by one. Sumit, I think you choose a great word of the day and you encourage everybody to use it. You had your report structured really well with the good uses and the views. Things can be improved. Great job there. Toastmaster Pranav, I think you did a googly with the Bluff Master role with your introduction as well as the statements you had. Great job. Just one feedback is most of your statements were false. You can add true statements to add more variety to your thing. Thank you, Manjarika. I think that's all for my report. And now it's time to vote for the best auxiliary role player, best role player, and the best evaluator. Let's vote! Let's vote! If anybody needs Wi-Fi, Priyansh hotspot is open. And
this first line of you.
And the voting link, the QR is available on screen. How many of you have voted? Raise a show of hands. Okay, I see 4 or 5 people in the room. 6. All right, guys, let's vote first.
Monthly so far, so I think some are still voting.
And I'd like to hand over the stage back to the presiding officer and our president, the queen of bright hearts, Toastmaster DPM Arundhati Basu. Aru.
Okay. Sure. Thank you very much for that lovely cheering. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Neville. I thought that was a very well observed and well articulated general evaluative feedback. Now we would move on to making some announcements. We've also got a few guests in the room who didn't get a chance to speak in the beginning, so I'll come to them to get some feedback. Now, we'd start off with the first one where we can call upon some members to share some experiences just for the benefit of everybody in this room. Just like you saw 3 speeches on this stage today, these are our speakers who gave speeches from the Toastmaster curriculum. Toastmasters International organizes an international speech contest every year that starts from the club level. So at club level, people compete, and that moves on to the area, the division, and then the district. And district winners go on to the international stage to perform at the World Championship quarterfinals, semi-finals, and thereafter the finals. And the winner of the World Championship of Public Speaking final is crowned as the World Champion of Public Speaking. So yesterday, we had the World Championship of Public Speaking unfold at Philadelphia in the United States, and we did have somebody get crowned as the World Champion of Public Speaking. Now, a few of our club members alongside members from HSR Toastmasters did enjoy this event live. So I'd like to call upon Toastmaster Anna and Toastmaster Mani to share their experience.
So yeah, as the picture so aptly says, that we had a watch party at my place, and my mother and I hosted. We had an amazing time watching the speeches at that level. Who here has been to an area contest or a district contest or a division contest? Who here thinks that the speeches there are amazing? It was just like that, but even at a higher stage. The stakes were higher, the speakers were more eloquent, and when the final champion was being crowned, all of us were at the edge of our seats. That is the experience you get just by witnessing speakers that are at that level and that great. We also had an excellent bonding experience, not only with our club Bright Hearts, but also with HSR Toastmasters, reminding us that our fraternity is so much bigger than just this room, just this area, just this district. So if any of you get the opportunity at any level to become a part of a fraternity, to see what a fraternity is capable of, I hope you take it, not only because it's a great watching experience, because you become part of something bigger. That I'll pass it on to Mani.
Yes, as Arna rightly said, here we are all there to grow ourselves as a public speaking. But as Toastmasters International, this is not the only stage where you are like you can get qualified to reach to represent the international level stage. That is what happened yesterday, where 8 of the Toastmasters regions, different country speakers came on stage and given their speeches. They are all types of motivational, inspiring, and a new life story about from their personal anecdotes. Yesterday, being part of this particular event, it was really a refreshing event for me, like as a public speaker, how I can grow. And definitely, if you, there was one speaker, the Toastmaster, who won this World Championship, Sabyasachi Sengupta. It was the speech, which is like a humorous kind and also a key message he has delivered. Along with, there are other 2 speakers who took the podium finishes for the ISC, International Speech Contest, the 2nd and 3rd position. I'm sure definitely you must watch those speeches once they come into the live streaming, and there is a lot to learn to all of us. And I wish you all will be part of our next World Championship public speaking. With that, back to our presiding officer.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Arna and Toastmaster Mani. Indeed, there are some real nerves when you have the results coming out. For anybody who's been to an area or division contest, you can feel that yourself, and you can only imagine when the stakes are so high. The speeches, that is all the 3 speeches of Sabyasachi as well as Alit and Mas Mathur, who were the 3 podium finishers, are available on YouTube. So I would highly recommend that all of you Google World Championship of Public Speaking 2025. You would realize that these are speeches that require effort, but speeches that anyone can do. So that should inspire and motivate, and hoping to see a lot of y'all participate in the ISC at the club level when we have it. Now, on that note, I'd like to collect a few guest feedbacks and then move on to announcements. So let me first call Jishnu. Would you like to come and share how you like today's meeting?
Good evening, everyone. Let me introduce myself. I'm Jishnu, and when I yesterday, it was happened yesterday. I was trying to get over my stage fear, and someone recommended me this Toastmaster Club, and I searched it, and directly I got this location. The timing also perfect for me. So I directly come here, and I felt it was a good decision, and how the things are coordinated, and how the sections were conducted, and how you give feedbacks on other everyone speak whatever speech, and I really enjoyed it. I wish all the best to the team. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jishnu, for your kind feedback. I think that was very observant to see how the meeting went, and we are so glad that you enjoyed the meeting. The only thing I can say is I agree with you. It was the best decision to come here today. We tell that to everyone who comes at Bright Hearts. Ajay? Yeah, Ajay, would you like to come and share your feedback?
Good evening, everyone. Yeah. Introduce myself. I'm Ajay. So we came together. This is my close friend Jishnu. So my way to here is through Jishnu. He's the one who recommended me here. So it all started like he has some experience about what this Toastmaster Club is, but I had no idea about this. So I asked him, what is that? Then he just said, you come and you'll see. But unfortunately, I got a bit late by 10 minutes. So I was not having an entire idea how this works. So it took me again 10-15 minutes to see, okay, what's the process, how these whole things happen. And I was a bit confused about what these evaluators, speakers, what's going over here. It took me some time to figure it out. So overall, then at the later stage, I got some idea, okay, this is how it works, and these are different roles played by members. So yeah, that was really good. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, good. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ajay. I would agree with Jishnu. The best way to know what happens at a Toastmaster meeting is to come and witness what happens at a Toastmaster meeting. But both of you, all the way from Electronic City, thank you for coming and joining us, and we thoroughly hope you enjoyed. Vishwanath, would you like to come and share your thoughts? Yeah, we just take natural liberty to shorten people's names. Helps in cheering.
Hello. Yeah, I enjoyed the meeting, and it is very energetic and vibrant also when I compare with my club.
Of course.
Yeah, we have less numbers. Okay, and I invite you also to attend our club meetings, and to guests also you attend. We have very senior members in our club. You might have, I think, Bosco Abraham,
yeah,
and Prakash Tamankar and Mohan Kumar Vedu. They have been in Toastmaster for more than 10-15 years. Okay, and yeah, I enjoyed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Vishwanath. Speech Studio it is. Someday we surely drop by. We're so glad you enjoyed. Just that our VP membership team is very particular about our guests. No, I'm just joking. Well, I'm so glad you liked it, because that's what we try to do, maintain that vibrancy and energy at Bright Hearts, true to our name. So thank you to all the guests for their feedback. We have quite a few announcements to make today, so I'd request the Sergeant at Arms to switch over to announcements. Now, the first announcement to call out is time to renew your commitment. 15 Bright Hearts members have already renewed their membership and have shown their commitment towards Bright Hearts. Some are in the room, so thank you very much for renewing your membership. For everybody else, the renewal form opens tonight at 8 p.m. The price now is 10,499 for a membership from the month of October to March 2026. So I would say renew your membership at the earliest, and let's enjoy the energy and vibrancy that we have at Bright Hearts. For any questions that you may have with regards to the renewals, please feel free to reach out to the membership team in Toastmaster Arna and Toastmaster Sayuj, and of course to myself in case of any clarification. We are more than happy to help you. Looking forward to all our members renewing their membership at the earliest. Just a quick announcement for anybody who's joined our club in the month of August, you already have paid till March 2026, so you wouldn't need to renew your membership. So any members who joined in July and August, yours are already covered, so please do not worry. This is only for all the other members. Renew at the earliest. The next announcement, yes, like I mentioned in the very beginning, Bright Hearts turns 1 year. Yay! I just realized I've never attended the birthday party of a 1-year-old. So I'm quite excited about our first anniversary. Our first anniversary meeting would be on the 28th of September. For anybody who's attended our day 1, that is when we started Bright Hearts, would know that this is no ordinary meeting, but something extraordinary. We'd have speakers coming in, we'd have a lot of fun events, a lot of interactive events, and our members really stepping up. So we are looking forward to having some chairs, some committee chairs for this event, namely event, PR, logistics, and a few more. Our Vice President Education, Neville, has already rolled the nominations out. So in case you're interested, please scan this or this message is on our members group. So file in your nominations. Do not worry about the fact that you are 1 month into the club, 2 months into the club, 6 months, doesn't matter. If you are interested, you think you want to be part of something big, just go ahead and nominate yourself. Neville will be thrilled to have more people on his team to host this. He's really looking forward to having people. But I am very much looking forward to this particular first year anniversary of Bright Hearts. It's going to be big and bright for sure. Moving on, all right, we will have an evaluation workshop that will be hosted by me. Yes, it's a part of my Pathways project, of course. But on the 7th of September, we will be conducting an evaluation workshop, which will not only be learning tips and tricks of evaluation, but also doing hands-on evaluation of a speech. So for everybody who's new in the space of evaluation particularly, please make sure you attend this. And for everybody else, I can definitely ensure that there'll be some takeaway for everyone. So that's that. We will not open speech slots for 7th of September because we'll have this workshop followed by a speech that all of us will collectively evaluate. Then we would also have, yes, by our Vice President Education and Toastmaster Neville, we've been meaning to do a Pathways workshop for a bit, especially for all our members to know that we're supposed to raise a request for evaluation before our speeches, for our new members to learn how to navigate Basecamp. So all of this will be covered by our Vice President Education. This will be online on 13th of September, and Neville will share the timing and all the details to join. Really request everybody to make it for this workshop. Lastly, because we don't have speech slots on 7th, we don't want you to feel sad. We'll have a speech marathon that will be conducted on the 14th of September, level 1 and level 2 only. This is for level 1 and level 2 only. So for everybody who's in their level 1, level 2, want to grab a speed slot, that's your chance. And for everybody else, we would want to have 8 speed slots and 8 evaluators, all from the club. So please watch out and take up the evaluation slots. I think, did I cover everything? Yeah, just try to see if there are any more. Right, so that's a lot of announcements, but not to worry. This is only to make all of y'all aware. All of these will be posted on the Bright Hearts members group, just so that everybody is aware. And for the guests, please leave in your number. We'll add you to the prospectors group and you will get all the notification. Now, very quickly, we have 2 level completions to award. And these are 2 members who've completed their level 3. So first up, for completing his level 3 and giving energetic speeches, please give it up for Toastmaster Sayuj Varghese. We'll hold it like this, just so that. I love how it all became silent. Yeah, that's yours. You can, yeah, very nice. Looks like yesterday's World Championship. Right. And then for trying new genres of speaking and surprising all of us through amazing speeches, we have Toastmaster Neville Shah. So we've got a mask there. All right, now we'll move on to the meeting winners for today. Okay. Starting up with the best auxiliary role player. Apologies, we are 1 minute over. For the best auxiliary role player, we have the man who only bluffed, Toastmaster Pranav Singh. Pranav, is this the first time you played Bluff Master? Yeah, that's right. He bluffed so well. Just kidding. But Pranav, well done. I loved the energy, loved how you said the next question's coming, pay attention, so that people pay attention, raising of hands. And the best part is there were no true statements at all. It's like false is what Neil said. Well done. Loved your energy and the chocolates. Thank you. And then for the best table topic speaker today, we have Toastmaster Akash D. Akash, many congratulations. I think there was no surprises to this. But one thing that I learned today is Akshay and I starting Bright Hearts is not as important as COVID. Because it was going okay till he said one man's idea, and then one woman joined, and and then he said COVID, and that's it. But Akash, it's not easy to take a positive table topic, start in a particular way, and then suddenly twist it. But end of the day, he was true to the topic that one man can make a difference, whatever be it. Akash, you absolutely blew our minds off. Well done today. Very, very well done. All right, next up, best evaluator. Today we have Toastmaster Sayuj Varghese. Sayuj, many congratulations on being the best evaluator. He gave some fancy term. To me, that was basic fishing. Put a worm and fish, right? But then he said something and money and I were like, what is that? Jokes aside, Sayuj, week on week, consistently delivering beat speeches, roles, evaluation, not easy. I don't know if you are eating sadhya every day or not, but that energy is just next level. Great evaluation, lovely points from Arna. I think she'd really benefit. Very, very well done, Sayuj. All right, next we have the man with the golden smile, best role player, Toastmaster Neville Shah. Neville, your smiles winning hearts and certificates, right? So, but I loved how Neville said, can I do 14 minutes? And we said 10, and he was like, I prepared the agenda. Well, jokes aside, Neville, today I was so impressed with your general evaluation. I think all of us collectively agree your observations spot on. Most of us were nodding in the audience when you kept giving those feedbacks because we all agreed. Very articulate, very well observed, well covered. Everybody is so delighted with the G's feedback. Of course, because of your smile, but also the feedback. Well done. Many congratulations. And then finally, we have the best speaker for meeting number 45, Toastmaster Arna Gupta. Arna, that trek earned you memories, friends, leeches, and a certificate. You can't ask for more. So next time you do the speech, you can say, if you want to win best speaker, go for a trek. That's Arna, very articulate. I think you were very true to your objective, which was descriptive language. I could imagine, right, Arna in her style going on that trek and just calling everybody around. You didn't tell me it's a water park, leech and all that. Well delivered. Many congratulations to all the winners. And then, because the man's sitting on the floor, let's just all be nice. Yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Once again, many congratulations to all the winners. We are on 24th. Just kindly reminding, I'm guessing most salaries credit on 31st. Don't forget to renew membership with Bright Hearts Toastmasters. We've had enough announcements for today, all coming your way on the Bright Hearts group. And finally, echoing what Devsha said, being kind doesn't cost anything, but it can really make a difference to a lot of people out there. It's simple, it needs patience, but it makes a lot of difference. So as you step out of this meeting room today, please do not forget that at every opportunity you get might need a little more effort from you, but be kind. That one smile will surely help you sleep more peacefully at night. On that note, I hereby declare meeting 45 of Bright Hearts closed.